company.
And I've got some trivia.
Awesome. Donnie said he was first. Alec was second. Donnie says he's number one. Don said, who let other Don in? And Donnie said, I did. And then Alex says, for now. And Jody says, I'm number here. Donnie's like, it's time. Where's Buck? I'm right here. And there, exactly. That's what I was doing. I was watching and listening to the tail end of Keith's stream. So, and dozing actually earlier too, because I've reached that point. It's kind of neat. I had somebody that I worked with up until April email me or text me today, and Beth said, how's closeout going? And I said, great. I took a nap. Because today is you weren't when I said that. Okay. But today is the last day of the fiscal year for the United States, and I'm not sure if they're closing government down or not. I haven't been paying attention to it because they passed a law last year that said, what was it, last year or was it the year before? Basically, they passed a law in the last couple of years that says government employees will be paid no matter what the politicians in Washington do, whether they can do their jobs or not. So I'll continue to get paid. I don't care.
Did you find it interesting what I posted about what happens in Canada if they can't pass a budget?
I did. And actually, that is an awesome system.
Yes. For those of you who didn't see it, if they don't pass a budget, they dissolve Parliament, which is dissolve the government, and just new election immediately. Say, well, you guys are dumb and you can't come up with a budget, so everyone gets to have another election, and we'll vote and see if we can vote someone else in who's gonna give us a budget.
Yeah, if you can't do your job, you're fired.
Basically, yeah.
I like that. And what's funny is I'm a big science fiction fan. I don't know if you've ever read any of the Honor Harrington books.
I have not.
Well, it starts with on Basilisk Station, and that is the form of government they have. They don't run it down to it. It's passing the budget, but certain things will happen, and the government will collapse, and the Parliament gets fired, and the Queen is always going to be the Queen, but they'll have a different Parliament.
Yeah. And that's what it is for us. I mean, so it's like it almost never happens. It has happened a few times in history, but it's a really good incentive for them to pass a budget, because it's like, it's either that or some of you are going to lose your job, and your party that's in power is probably not going to be in power in a very short time. Yeah.
Well, and I think the video said the last time it happened was in the 80s.
Yeah.
Donnie says Honor Harrington books are awesome. I read them all. Same here, Donnie. And I love the idea of the ships. The ships are really odd shaped. They're cigar shaped with hammerheads on either end, because they travel by gravitics, by stress bands above and below, made of gravity at like 1,000 G or whatever, so nothing can get in, and they angle them forward and back so that's how they travel. But they got the sidewalls open. They do mini gravity waves there and everything. And so all of your, or not all, but a major portion of your armor is in the forward and back, because the rest of the ship you just can't hit for anything.
Ah, okay.
It's a really neat series of books. And I've seen a few prints of the ships. Love the entire set. And it's kind of neat because it starts out with her being set up for failure on the Basilisk Star Station, where they set her up pretty much for failure, but she does things that you just shouldn't be able to do. I'm not going to spoil the series. If somebody decides to read it, they are well worth the read. Of course, there are certain people in the chat. Well, no, Ian never joins the chat. I was going to say certain people in the chat need to learn to read first. So, back on this, and 2 weeks ago, last week, I don't even remember. Oh, it was the whole thing with the contractor. Haven't seen the contractor since we had that discussion with him. Haven't seen or heard from him.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm waiting to see what happens. But the yoke is built, and looking at stuff, I gotta put these on tonight and build a lot of stuff. Dawn is very right that this stuff is going to be a royal pain in my tuchus.
Howard says, reading is fundamental only if you learn something.
I don't read to learn. I read for enjoyment. I gave up learning.
And Kenneth is here.
Hey, Kenneth, welcome. So you probably 10 minutes left in your break? Because I know he joined in on Keith's stream for a little bit. So what I got to do, I've got the yoke built. I've got to glue these things on. And I've got the wheels out because I know I'll be working on the wheels some more tonight because this is just so much complicated little crap that's got to be able to have glue dry. Matter of fact, I knocked this piece off already and re-glued it. Yeah.
Trent's here.
Hey, Trent. And if anybody's curious, Marley got ambitious today and jumped up on me.
Oh, dear.
And I said exactly to him because I was egging him on when he did it. I said exactly to him, don't do that. That hurts. That's exactly how I said it. Because he doesn't know any better.
No,
He's a dog.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't intend to hurt you.
No. And initially there was nothing there. I was like, yeah, whatever. And then, half hour later, we go to pick up Apollo because Apollo got brushed out and bathed and whole 9 yards because that's a lot of hair on that dog. We take him to people to have them do the ugly parts. But we were heading out to the car, and I looked. I'm like, wow. I went, look, Marley did that. She's like, did you yell at him? I said, no. I knew he was playing. I mean, I egg him on. We have this thing. I kind of slide my feet towards him, just kind of go at him. And he's like, oh, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
And I weighed him today. Thought he was getting fat, and I was right.
Uh-oh.
It's okay. It fits the size of the dog. When we got him, he was 59 pounds, and we could see his ribs. You could count his ribs from across the room. Now he's a little bit overweight at 80 pounds.
Oh, okay.
But most important, always the most important thing to us with our dogs, is that they're healthy and happy.
That's the main part. Yep.
And sometimes it ends up being that we worry more about them being happy than really healthy, but that's okay.
Donnie says, very true, Howard. I learned that 42 is the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. And don't mess with a woman that was born on a high gravity planet, all from reading.
Oh, so you've read the Stainless Steel Rat series, Donnie.
Alec is saying, so Buck, did you see my question in Lumberyard?
I believe I answered your question in Lumberyard.
And there we go. The answer was 42.
The answer was 42 LEDs. Either that or it was something along the lines of, I haven't even looked at the cannons yet. Because he was asking me questions about the Constitution, and I'm not on the cannons. I just started working on Pack 4 today.
Ah,
And the cannons come in Pack 7, or Pack 7, Pack 5. Oh, yeah, you are right. She was born on a high gravity planet, but in what is it? Stainless Steel Rat series, there's a woman in there named Meta that was born on the planet Pyrus, which is a 2G planet, and the Pyrans are you just don't mess with them. They've got the greatest weapons. They've every one of them, even the kids, wear a holster because their planet is just trying to kill them. And they do this, and the gun comes out, shooting out of their clothes into their hand, ready to be fired. No trigger guard, nothing.
nice.
But it's a 2G planet, and they are the fastest guns in the universe, basically. That is another really good series.
Alec is saying, "Oh, you did. I didn't see the notification." And then he's saying he thinks Andrew may be able to. Andrew may be able to suggest a good selection.
Well, and the thing is, like I said in Discord, I don't think they make SMDs that are addressable that small.
There we go.
What he's wanting to do is put SMDs into the cannon, addressable SMDs into the cannon, so that the cannons fire at different rates and everything else. I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. Plus, you have to think it through. Doesn't matter how deep the cannons are drilled, you're going to have to drill somewhere further to get the wires in there.
Yes.
Yes, the whole planet is Australia. I hear Oliver outside.
Ooh.
Okay, so I just glued these two bracing parts on. Once this back here is dry, I will bend these parts together to match up, and then I'll start working on putting it on here. I will tell you, it would be a lot easier if these parts were actually formed completely.
Are you painting them before you attach them, or have you been painting them on the model?
I will be painting this before I attach. I will hit it with spray paint.
Okay.
I love the way these were coming out. I don't think you were here last time.
Okay, that one. Don't think so. Nope.
No. There's a couple of them that are not in line, but I was hammering these. These are not glued to the outer rim. I'm attaching them with nails. Speaking of which, I forgot that drawer.
Donnie says they make 1 millimeter by 1 millimeter addressable LEDs.
Good God, man.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, but Alec, you're not allowed to use them unless you solder them yourself. Speaking of which, I showed this on Discord. I am pretty proud of this. I did that.
I saw that.
I did that. I couldn't quite get the 0402s to work out.
Yeah.
But the 0603s made it work. Bing bong.
So anybody ready for some trivia tonight?
Yes. Love trivia.
All right.
Didn't realize I missed with that one.
All right. The first category for the first 5 questions is music.
Cool.
But Don, the answer is not Seth MacFarlane for any of my 20 questions I have for today. Donnie
ABBA?
says, I'm so proud of you, Buck.
I am too.
Okay, first question. Which 1986 song by Robert Palmer became famous for its music video featuring models?
I know that one. Love that video.
Mm-hmm.
Make me happy.
Don says, Addicted to Love. Jody says, Addicted to Love. Darth Trent says, She's got legs. She knows how to use them.
That would be ZZ Top.
Donnie says, Addicted to Glue? Question mark. And what are you saying the answer is, Buck?
Addicted to Love, of course.
Yes. The answer is Addicted to Love.
Those ladies had all the right moves.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you said Robert Plant, I knew what it was.
Robert Palmer?
Robert Palmer, yes.
Yeah. No, not the golfer, Alec. Not the golfer.
Do you know what group he was in before? I believe.
What group was that?
I believe he was part of Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Okay. Howard said I did trivia in Keith's stream and I lost.
Okay. This one is got to go. This is where I find out how brilliant I am or not. Oh, look at that. I'm brilliant. I don't have that one, the one next to it attached yet. So maybe, come on. There we go. I am brilliant. Ask me, I'll tell you.
Question number 2. What was the title of the 1984 hit single by Tears for Fears? Hey, Cam's here. Hey, Cam.
Mm-hmm. I know it. I think.
That question again is, what was the title of the 1984 hit single by Tears for Fears?
Part of the MTV generation. I know that.
Jody says everybody wants to rule Saskatchewan? No.
Canada.
World. Don says everybody wants to rule the world. Donnie says Mother's Talk.
Come on.
You can do it. Just watching you trying to get that in place.
Well, trying to get it past the spokes on either side.
Do you have a guess for the song?
I do. Everybody wants to rule the world.
Okay.
Welcome to your life. Like I said, MTV generation, man.
Okay. Alex says, LOL, I almost thought you were about to say everybody wants to Kung Fu Fighting.
No.
That was everybody was Kung Fu Fighting. But no one's guessed the answer yet.
What?
Yeah. The hint is Let It All Out. What do you have to do to let it all out?
Get naked. Oh, wait, no. Okay, let's try this again.
Howard says fart. Trent says shout.
Oh, yeah.
And that is the correct answer. There you
Shout.
go.
Shout.
Yeah, Mary says shout. Steven says shout, shout, let it all out. Yeah, Donnie says, dang, Trent beat me to it. Yep.
That was their follow-up. Everybody wants to rule the world.
Another awesome song, though. Both of them.
Yes.
Good to see Mary's playing along.
These are the things I can scream about.
These are the things I can do without. Come on.
That too.
No, not Twist and Shout. That's more of a 50s song.
Shake it up, baby.
Shake it up, baby. Twist
What movie
and
was that in?
shout. Twist and shout.
I believe that was in Ferris Bueller.
Howard says farting people farting pretty loud in this group. And Mary says, good evening to all.
Good evening.
Yeah, and Don says, yep, Ferris Bueller.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.
Trent says,
That was
dirty
awesome.
dancing. People are saying hey to Mary. Okay, next song question. Question number 3. What was the name of Duran Duran's 1984 hit single featuring a famous music video set in a jungle? What was the name of Duran Duran's 1984 hit single featuring a famous music video set in a jungle? Howard says, but I'm putting one piece of wood on my jail wagon tonight, and that's it. And then I'm going to move on to another wooden project. Let's see here. Tommy says, man eater. Donnie says, hungry like a wolf. It's good to see we're getting different answers.
Nobody said my answer yet.
Okay.
And I hope I know this because my ex-wife was what she called a Durrani.
Oh, okay. My one of my older sisters, well, I only have older sisters, but the second sister, the middle-aged sister, was a huge Duran Duran fan.
Yeah, Durrani.
Yep. Alex says hungry like a wolf. Yeah. Don says puppy rock at its best. Anybody else want to throw in a guess?
Has anybody put up the actual answer?
No.
I figured. Would you like me to say what the answer is?
Sure.
Rio.
Nope.
No.
That was on a boat.
I didn't hear you read that one. Sorry.
What was the name of Duran Duran's 1984 hit single featuring a famous music video set in a jungle? The answer may surprise you. It is Wild Boys.
What? No.
Wild Boys.
It was not set in a jungle. It was set in I used to watch Duran Duran. You know, my ex-wife loved Duran Duran, so I would watch them. Oh, you know, I'm sitting there. Never mind. I crossed up New Moon on Monday and Wild Boys.
I was waiting to see where you're going with this.
But something interesting about Rio, the video for Rio.
Yep.
I don't know if everybody knows the video, but at one point in the video, they're doing a concert, a live concert, and everybody in the audience gets this really weird look on their face of like, oh shit, no way. As water comes pouring off above the stage and soaks the audience. That was real.
Okay.
The audience did not know that was going to happen, and they did that for the video.
Howard says, let's do a time warp, or maybe it's one time in Bangkok. Just remember, never go through the turnstile sideways. You may Bangkok.
Ow!
And then he says, take your mints, Buck.
Mints? I have mints? This is not working as well as it did on the bigger wheel.
Oh, well, that's no good.
It's okay. We can make it work. We just put a little bit of glue in there.
And Don says, that's what happens when you get old, Buck.
What, you forget to take your memory mints?
Could be. Donnie says, wasn't Wild Boy's video kind of post-apocalyptic looking? I don't remember it in a jungle.
No, see, Donnie, you're doing the exact same thing I was. The post-apocalyptic one with the revolution was New Moon on Monday.
Okay, question number 4. Who performed the 1982 single, Come On, Eileen?
I know that one.
Come on, Eileen. Mm-hmm.
And
Who
every
performed
time
the 1982 single, Come On, Eileen?
And every time that played at a high school dance, all of us teenage boys just kind of had to chuckle. I bought their cassette.
Ah, there we go.
So I should know who it was.
Howard says, you thought you knew the last one, but now come on. You told us you knew every one of them and you messed it up. Don says, another classic.
Yes.
Mary says, Dexy.
Close, Mary. There's more. That's better. That one worked.
There you go.
There's more to the group name, Mary. Come on. You know it. You know what it is.
Don says, Dexter Midnight Runners. And then he says, Denny. Donald, Daisy. He says, I hate autocorrect.
Deny Midnight Runners.
Dexy, he says. So what's the answer?
Dexys, a possessive Dexys Midnight Runners.
Correct. Dexy's Midnight Runners. I would accept what Mary said. I mean, yeah, you kind of got it, and Don kind of had it as well. And
no, he had denied Midnight Runners.
Deny them. Do not let them. So we're almost done the music category already.
Look at us go.
How you guys enjoying it so far? I hope you're enjoying this.
Wait a minute. Loving every minute of it. Who sang that?
Loving every minute of it. Don's like, more one-hit wonders.
Oh, look. Chain.
Loverboy, Dawn says.
He is correct. Everybody's working for the
weekend. Okay, question number 5. Which singer is known for the 1981 hit Betty Davis Eyes?
Yep, know that one. Her hair is Harlow gold. Lips sweet surprise.
Howard says, good, because I suck at remembering music stuff. Don says, it's hard to believe I didn't really listen to that shit.
I really did. I listened to shit out of it. That's my music.
Don says, Kim Carnes. Howard is asking, wasn't Kim Carnes in some other band?
Possibly.
No other answers?
Is this thing too loud and annoying?
Nope. Barely hear it.
I missed. But it's in there close enough that I can glue it. And I think Howard's actually thinking about Annie Lennox because she was in the Eurythmics. Well, truthfully, she was the Eurythmics. Without her, they were pretty much not a band at all.
Donnie says yes, but it was first recorded by DeShannon. I'm saying in 1981. Which singer is known from the 1981 hit Betty Davis Eyes? And Howard says, what? I can't hear you over that noisy drill bit.
Exactly. Good. At least I'm drowning somebody out.
And he says, no, I wasn't thinking of her. So 1981, it was Kim Carnes.
Yep.
So, and in case you haven't caught on, this trivia tonight is all 1980s.
I was there. Oh.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Most of us were there at some point.
Yeah, but, well, see, that's the thing. Some of us were there at like 2 and 3 years old. Some of us were in our 20s.
Mm-hmm. Or older.
Yeah. Sorry, Don.
And Alec wasn't there at all.
No. Alec wasn't even a gleam.
No. Don says, I was too busy drinking beer during the 80s. And Donnie says, I was in high school in the 80s. And then Don says, piss off all of you.
The sad part for me was they raised the drinking age from 19 to 21, 53 days before my birthday.
Ooh.
So for 3 years, I was 53 years from being able to drink. I was 53 years, 53 days from being able to drink legally. The funny thing was, I usually didn't get carded, and I started getting carded all the time as soon as I turned 21. At 13, I had somebody ask me if I was a registered voter.
Donnie says, don't be so cranky, numberless. Yep, that's what we were saying, Alec. Alex like, and some cough, cough, me, cough, cough. Wasn't even a thought. That's right.
That was by choice, Alec, that you weren't even a thought. So, on these other two wheels, I'm going to have to do it a little bit different. Let me see. Is this set up to where I can do anything with it yet? I didn't glue myself to the model. I glued my clamps to the model.
Howard says, Kim Carnes was the new Christie Minstrels before her solo career. I just looked it up. OMG, the phone can't spell minstrels. Yes, it went with minstrels.
I know, I saw Christie Minstrels? What the hell kind of a group is that?
Bloody hell.
Exactly.
Jody says, I was 7 in 1981. Okay, well, the next category, the next 5 questions, is going to be 1980s movies.
1980 movies, did you say?
Movies, yes, film.
I might have seen 1 or 2 movies in the 80s.
I still might watch 1 or 2 films from the 80s. Donnie says, a very cranky group. AKA the Minstrels, very cranky group.
Yes. Seth MacFarlane, was he born yet by the 80s?
That's a good question. He must have been. Alex says, I'm going to be out of this one.
Always.
Don says, get off my lawn, you kids. LOL.
Get off my kids. Wait.
Okay, going into film questions. Question number 6. What is the name of a 1986 film starring Chuck Norris that was inspired by an aircraft hijacking that occurred the year before? Jody says, I think McFarlane is around 50. So, okay. He would have been born in the 70s then. Don says, you may want to rethink that last one, Buck. And Howard says, Delta Force. Tony says, Delta Force. Stephen Haynes says, Delta Force.
Alex says, Delta Force. Everybody else is saying it.
Yeah, he just did. Just popped up. Delta Force.
I've never seen it, but everybody else is saying it.
Yep. How about you, Buck? What would you say?
I would have said, I don't know, but everybody said Delta Force, so I'll go with the crowd.
Howard said, Alec, never seen Delta Fort. Come on, man. Delta Force, yes. Not Delta Fort.
Delta Force?
Actually, Don said Delta Farce. But yes, the answer is Delta Force.
It's been about 1 million years since I've seen that movie, which is a pretty neat trick for a movie that came out in the 80s.
Yes. Don says Bob the Babbler strikes again.
Bob the Babbler, can he make it up? Bob the Babbler, yes, he can. Oh, sorry.
Jody says he's never seen it. No? Okay. How about Invasion USA? Have you seen that one? How about Missing in Action? Or Missing in Action 2? Anyway.
Well, as soon as you said Chuck Norris, my mind immediately went Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah, that'd be more of a 90s question.
Yeah.
Late 90s into the early 2000s, I think. Or mid 90s to the early 2000s, I think. I'd actually have to look that up.
What?
Mm-hmm. Although I did enjoy the them pulling a little bit of humor out of the whole Chuck Norris legend thing in, was it Expendables 2?
Yes.
That was funny.
Oh, yes. That's it. I mean,
tanks coming down the street, all these troops and everything. They think they're all dead, and then, well, I don't want to spoil it any further. And Chuck Norris wasn't in the film up to that point.
The best part was Chuck Norris telling a Chuck Norris joke.
Yes. Yep. Howard says Delta Farce had Larry the Cable Guy, and I've seen that. Jody says I saw MIA in the 90s. Okay.
Damn it. Answer back. They were gone for a couple of days. Probably bringing the uncles with them.
Any big red ones?
Not yet. By the way, did you see the calm? Just reach over, squish. Was I supposed to scream like a little girl?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's only one person.
Yes.
That spot's taken.
Ah, yes.
Okay, question number 7. Which 1988 film is the story of two brothers, Raymond and Charlie Babbitt, who develop a bond while on a road trip across the United States?
I know this one. And if people don't start giving the answer, I'll give the stars.
See, Don says, start screaming like Ian. Yeah. Jody said, Chuck Norris once told a woman to calm down, and she did.
And I bet you, I wish we had a microphone on over there right now, because I guarantee Mary's laughing.
Don says Rain Man. Dash says Rain Man. Steven says Rain Man.
I guess I don't need to give my hint.
No. Howard says Earth doesn't move Chuck Norris. Doesn't move Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris moves the Earth.
No, Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups. He just pushes the Earth down.
And Don says Judge Wapner. So yes, the answer is Rain Man.
For bonus points, who did it star?
Two big name actors.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, Howard said I actually saw that movie in theaters. Here we go. Howard got it.
Yep.
Tom Cruise and Dustin Hoffman. Yep.
I would expect Howard to get any question like that, because usually Howard is like me, an endless font of useless knowledge.
See, this next question I think Donnie might get, but we'll see.
It's about Star Trek?
Nope. See here. Howard said, and Dustin Hoffman actually farted in the phone booth while they were making a phone call. That was.
Matter of fact, in Good Will Hunting, I think it was the story that Robin, speaking of farts, the story that Robin Williams tells in that, he made it up on the spot.
Nice.
And they were both actually laughing their asses off as he did it.
Yeah, and Don says, Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise by Barry Levinson. Now you're just showing off. Is Donnie still here even?
Donnie! I don't think he said goodbye.
No, he didn't. His last comment was Delta Force. Maybe he's going to the bathroom.
It could be. It's really bad that both of us thought the same thing.
Don says, I do that. LOL. Showing off.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Donnie's here or not, we're going to go on with the next question. And the movies from the 1980s. In The Dark Crystal, Jen and Kira set out on a mission to replace a shard of the Dark Crystal and defeat the evil Skeksis. What race were Jen and Kira? So just for those of you who don't remember, it's a fantasy movie. So I'll read that again. In the Dark Crystal, Jen and Kira set out on a mission to replace a shard of the Dark Crystal and defeat the evil Skeksis. What race were Jen and Kira? Did you hear the question now, Donnie? Don says Seth MacFarlane. Dash says say it again. I just did. Tommy says Gelflings. Hey, Todd, how you doing? Todd's here. Everybody says hello and good evening.
Hi, Todd!
Let's see here. Yeah, Donnie says Gelfling. Yep. Howard says Gelfling. Yep. Yeah, I figured you might know this one, Donnie. So yes, the answer is Gelfling.
My answer is I don't think I ever watched Dark Crystal.
I've seen it. I think I saw it maybe twice.
It was many, many moons ago.
Don said, wow, Gelfling.
Bobcat Gelfling?
It was so odd the first time to see him talk normally. Bobcat Goldthwait or whatever.
I think I've seen it once, but it was not memorable at all.
The Dark Crystal?
No, Bobcat.
Oh, okay. I was looking at interviews with him years later. Because even in interviews of the time, he would still talk like that as a comedian.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's just like, who was it? Sam Kinison.
Yeah.
Sam Kinison was wild. Him. What was it? Stephen Wright. Stephen Wright, with his delivery, it was just always so deadpan. Just like he was talking about something, the most boring thing ever.
Sorry, I'm reading comments here. Donnie says, what are you trying to say, Ken? That I'm a nerd? Thank you. Well, that I figured you'd kind of like something like that because it's a fantasy movie in the genre of like high fantasy, almost like a D&D type adventure. Don says, I think I saw it once. David Bowie. No. Yes, Todd says, what the hell trivia is happening where Gelfling is the answer? That's not a word. Well, here's the question, Todd. In The Dark Crystal, what's the name of the movie? Jen and Kira set out on a mission to replace a shard of the Dark Crystal and defeat the evil Skeksis. What race were Jen and Kira? So there we go. They were really ugly-looking puppet people. Yeah, so Don says, no, that's Labyrinth. Labyrinth. Yes, that's correct.
Yes, Labyrinth with the questionable tights.
Let's see here. Jody says, is that movie starring David Bowie crotch? No. Well, Labyrinth, yes.
Dark Crystal sequel to Bright Geode.
Yeah. Let's see here. Howard says, wild turkeys are like Skeksis. Yeah. Labyrinth, haven't seen that one, Don.
You've never seen the Labyrinth? Oh, Donnie's never seen Labyrinth. Really?
Todd's WTF Dark Crystal, the sequel to Bright Geode?
The fun thing about Labyrinth, one of the times, because I owned it on videotape, one of the times we watched it, it was very odd that at one point we're watching it in my apartment, and Al and his girlfriend are there. I'm there with my girlfriend. We're watching it. You know, they're both German girls. And Al just suddenly sits up, you know, he's laying back on the couch, and he suddenly sits up and goes, what the fuck? I'm like, what? He goes, the Coke can just slid across the table. And I went, oh, don't worry about it. It's the ghost. I lived in a haunted apartment and knew that. He was like, what?
I used to live in an old hospital, then down in the basement area where the morgue used to be. It was all apartments. The entire building was apartments. You couldn't really tell, but I was not that close to where the dead bodies were, but in that general wing.
Well, the guy that had rented the apartment before I got it, he told me about the ghost, and it was funny because he said he didn't know what the ghost would watch TV or whatever, because he'd go to work, TV would be off. He'd come home, TV would be on, there'd be a tape sticking out of the VCR. You know, the thing, other than the Coke can, the one thing I noticed the most, or that I really noticed that was truly unexplainable, was my checkbook sitting in the middle of the table when I went to work. I know that was where I left it. And when I came home, it was not there. It was on the floor in the exact same position directly underneath the table, as if it had just fallen through the table.
I can't think of scary things that happened in the old hospital where I lived, but that's kind of creepy.
It wasn't scary. It was just odd. I was like,
Don says, videotape. Now you're showing your age.
Yes, indeed. Like, you've never seen a videotape, Don? Huh? Betamax. It was VHS, Stephen Haynes. Sorry, Stephen. My brother had Betamax.
Jody says, just the table was a ghost.
Yeah.
All right, the next question. It's okay. It's a 1981 movie.
Uh-huh.
This movie taught me there were originally 15 commandments, but I'm still waiting to see Hitler on ice.
Yeah.
What movie could this be? I will read that again. It's a 1981 movie. This movie taught me that there were originally 15 commandments, but I'm still waiting to see Hitler on ice.
God,
what movie could this be?
God gave me these 10 commandments.
Yeah. Howard says The Life of Brian.
Not so much. Unless I'm off the mark, but I'm not off the mark by much.
Trent says History of the World Part 1. Howard says, oh yeah, I'm wrong. Oh, Donnie says he doesn't know the answer, so he's going, okay, guys, I'm off to bed. Great stream, Buck.
See you, Donnie.
He just doesn't know the answer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's see here. Don says The History of the World Part 1, Mel Brooks. Howard said, I saw that movie. It's been a long time.
Getting from there to here. Sorry. Just slipped out, man.
Steven says History of the World Part 1.
I tried so hard to watch History of the World Part 2 and like it when they came out with it on Netflix.
Let's see here. Don says, nice. Other Don, work hard, make my Social Security. Donnie says, you're not off the mark, Buck. You are, Mark. You're just off.
Indeed I am.
And people are saying night to Donnie. And yeah, night, Donnie. Trent says, hey, Josephus.
It's good to be the king.
Hail to the king, baby. Okay. Here's the last 1980s movie trivia question. Question number
Future.
10. No.
Oh, damn.
In what 80s film did Bronson Pinchot portray a character named Serge?
Serge?
Serge.
Not Serge. Get the fuck out of here. No.
You get the fuck out of here.
I don't know that movie. I've never seen it. What movie is that?
I don't know. And Don says Beverly Hills Cop.
Which one?
Howard says Beverly Hills Cop. Well, remember, it's the 80s. Yeah. Let's see here. Jody says Beverly. Let's see here. Tommy says Beverly Hills Cop. Trent says Beverly Hills Cop. Yes, the answer is Beverly Hills Cop. And which one? Well, to match the question, be any one that was made in the 80s. Because, yeah, I think he's been in every one.
Nope. He was only in the first one.
No, he's been in all of them.
I don't think so.
Yep. In the second one, he was at the gun show, being a gun
salesman.
salesman.
Oh, you're right, he was.
Yeah, and then like even that recent one, he was in it.
Yep. Billy, we've got to talk. I will tell you, out of all of them, when they did Axel F., Judge Reinhold looks the worst.
He does. Ooh. Yeah.
It's hard to imagine him in a little pirate hat whacking off to his sister's friend.
He was the young guy in the movie. You know?
I know.
That's
I know.
Hard thing. Howard, it didn't fall for the bananas in the tailpipe.
You're not going to fall for a banana in the tailpipe? These guys are super cops. I don't know what you teach these guys. Taggart, what really happened? I mean, that was bad that even the police chief knew that Taggart wouldn't lie.
Yep. So now we're just past an hour and 1 minute into your stream there. So there we go. And we just passed the halfway point of the trivia. So we're doing good.
Very cool.
How are those spokes all going? Oh, Stephen Haynes is saying it's been fun night, guys. See you tomorrow.
Good night, Stephen.
You take care, Stephen. Thanks for stopping by and staying so late.
So I got a question for everybody who's out there in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Should I start doing Legos on Tuesday as well? Because I have the Harry Potter castle that needs to be builted with lights.
Why not? That's what I say. I say, why not?
That was a bar that my wife used to work at too.
Oh, okay.
In Traub and Traubach, we had a bar named Why Not. Traub and Traubach is in Germany on the Moselle River.
Let's see. Good night, Stephen. Good night, Stephen.
Only if they're real Legos. Ah.
Oh, Howard's got a good quote from the movie as well. Hey, man, come on. What's going on? Come on, Phil. Phil, you changed, man. Remember the strip club?
Yep.
Don says, Seth MacFarlane.
And see, that's the thing. What Howard hit on right there. Only if they're real Legos, I think people would be a little upset. They weren't real Legos, weren't real Lego books. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's what because I'm not willing to spend that kind of money.
Don says, build what you want. It's your stream.
That's right. Worst that could happen is nobody watches.
That's true. All right. So now we're just going to go for general pop culture kind of trivia of the 80s.
Michael Jackson.
Oh. No, I don't think any of the answers are about Michael Jackson.
Was a good try.
Yeah.
I mean, he was all over the 80s.
Let's see. Howard says, no, I haven't watched Beverly Hills Cop enough times. You know, I love how he gets the house in the one because he brings us to be a house inspector. No, they don't want any right angles. What? You mean they want a roundhouse? Yeah, they got the money. They're paying for it. If they want a roundhouse, they can have a damn roundhouse.
People get a lot of money. They get really stupid ideas.
And then they come to visit him, and he's sitting by the pool. And at the end of the movie, the people who actually own the house come by.
Yep. They come back from Hawaii.
Yeah.
Who are you people? Who is that guy?
Okay. Question number 11. In what year was the Nike slogan, Just Do It, launched?
1980 something.
Right. But I need a more specific answer. Trent says 1987. Howard says, I don't know, but I got a joke about that, and Pepsi's the real thing.
I have a feeling it was 1983.
That's interesting. Jody says 89. Like the 89 Batmobile.
Dun, dun, dun.
Howard says, maybe I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night on Woody Wednesday. Are you taking off, Howard?
No, I think he's saying that he's going to tell the joke. Then
Oh, okay.
maybe.
Howard says 82. You know, this is reminding me of the game. Don says 1, no 2, no 3, no 4. No. He goes through them all. Oh, you still didn't get it, buddy. You didn't see 0. No, it wasn't 0. But it was reminding me of the game of Battleship. Everybody's kind of getting around it, but no one's hitting it. So the answer was 1988.
I was only off by half a decade.
Alex is 1989. I think I know it was a quote from a death row inmate who was received the chair. Okay.
Wow. I guess he didn't catch that it was a slogan for a tennis shoe company.
Yes. Now this, and then the next question is going to be, I think, be right up your alley there, Buck.
Top Gun. No.
No.
Why not? I mean, come on.
Don says I was right.
Every time it comes to any kind of aircraft, be it Navy, Marine, Ian's like, you know that, right, Buck? No.
Was this something to do with an F-16? Maybe. Then, yeah, maybe I can answer your question. But you're asking me about a MiG-23. Like, I don't know. Or you're asking me about an F-18. I didn't work on those.
Funny thing about F-18s,
more of a Navy aircraft.
It is, but if you look at it, it also has paired intakes from an F-16.
There you go.
They weren't
the
designed
legacy
from an
F-18s.
F-16. Yeah. They weren't designed from the F-16, but they look like F-16 intakes.
Yeah, they're rounded, and then come the newer F-18s, it was all squared off, more like an F-15 intake.
Interesting bit of trivia too that I saw on a calendar one time. The F-16 and the stealth fighter were contracted on the same day.
Ooh, interesting. Howard is saying the alien is trying to make sense.
No, don't do that.
Alex said, I meant it was a death row inmate's last words before it became a slogan.
I don't think so.
He was probably copying them. Howard says, was it a Playboy Playmate calendar?
No, it was an Air Force calendar. It was just Air Force history calendar that I don't know, might have been even General Dynamics had brought in. But it had all kinds of interesting tidbits about the Air Force.
Judy says, that's not interesting. Okay.
Go to your room.
Howard says, or was it a Betty Page calendar, Buck?
Don't know.
Except he didn't say Buck. He said it with an F.
What the Buck?
Okay. Question number 11. In 1983, which country was the first to build a Disneyland outside of the U.S.? And that's why I figured this would be up your alley.
I see.
I could be wrong.
I know it not because of Disney, just because that's when I know they were the ones that built one.
Jody says France.
Nope.
Well, I was asking for a country, Don, but Paris. Oh, good guess, I guess. The country of Paris.
I don't think so.
Howard says it was trying to make my phone it's trying to make my phone to translate. So we have a couple of France guesses.
Did you say Rom?
Howard says like Ken becomes Jen and Buck becomes F. Howard says Japan. Don says Seth MacFarlane.
I did not know he was that big.
Yep, they built it right on his butt. On his buttocks. Jumped up and hit me in the buttocks. Okay, Trent. Trent says good night.
Good night, Trent.
You have a good one, Trent. Jody says Congo. Yeah, but it didn't last very long.
Somehow everybody got eaten
by big giant white apes. Oh, wait, that was the movie Congo. What do you have for an answer there, Buck?
Japan.
Don says Antarctica. Yes, the answer was Japan.
And the one in France, Disneyland Paris, did not do well.
No.
I don't think they ever closed it, but they thought about it.
Yeah, because Disney and all the Disney characters are, my understandings, are really popular in Japan.
Yes. Well, and the thing is, in Europe, again, something most people don't realize, and I only know this because of building the Moomin house. In Europe, Moomin is a little more popular than Disney.
Okay.
Because it's homegrown.
Right.
Dindadu?
Dindandu? All right, question 13. What fruit candy with a balloon on the wrapper came out in 1985? Howard says Moomin comes from Finland. What fruit candy with a balloon on its wrapper came out in 1985? I remember the commercials for that too. Howard says, I'm surprised Alien didn't know. Jody says, Laffy Taffy. Dash says, or Howard says, Dum Dum or Tootsie Pop?
Oh, no, Tootsie Pops have been around since like the 60s. That's why Mr. Owl has been trying for like the last 80 years to figure out how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 3. Not that I ever saw that commercial over and over again.
There was also a movie with the same name as this candy with Brendan Fraser in it.
Now I'm confused. I didn't know before. I know even less now.
And he ends up asking for naked pictures of B. Arthur.
Speaking of which, did everybody appreciate the post that I made with Ethel Merman's disco album? Oh my.
Howard said, I saw that commercial the other day. I guess he means the Tootsie Pop. Jody says, Encino Man, probably when I said Brendan Fraser, but nope. And Howard says, The Mummy, nope. Encino Man, he didn't really have a speaking roles. Oh, Howard's a new member. Welcome, Howard.
Oh, thank you, Howard.
The Mummy, he wouldn't have been asking for naked pictures of B. Arthur.
That is very cool. Thank you, Howard. I now have 2 members to my channel.
Well, there you go. So the answer is Airheads.
Oh, yeah. They do have balloon on the cover.
Yep. Oh, just as Don comes up with Airheads. Yep. There was also
If
the movie Airheads.
If it weren't for the 7-second delay, I'd say he cheated.
Yeah, and there was the movie Airheads, where they take over a radio station.
And you notice Don's Google Foo is really slow.
Yes, Howard, he sure was in The Mummy. He was also George of the Jungle, Dudley Do-Right. He did a lot of stuff.
George of the Jungle, watch out for that tree. Ah!
But Howard, he wouldn't have been asking for naked pictures of B. Arthur.
He might have. Think about it. It was George.
Yeah, they were making their list of demands for police because police got involved. They were just kind of pretending like they had a water gun that looked like an Uzi and stuff like that.
And no, Howard, you were not first. I've had one subscriber or one member to the channel for like 3 months now.
And let's see here. Chris Farley was in it. He played a police officer.
Why does that just sound like a really bad mismatch?
Actually, it's kind of funny. Like the part I'm going to tell you about was also on the commercials, so it's not really giving away much if you ever saw the ads, I believe. Like a punk rock guy, he comes up out in the parking lot area where the crowds are gathering because they're cheering on these guys, the Airheads guys, the characters for taking over the radio station. And this one punk rock guy comes to Chris Farley, and of course Chris Farley's a big guy, and the punk rocker grabs his Steve Buscemi was in it. The punk rocker grabs Chris Farley's badge and goes and rips it off his chest and goes, "What are you gonna do about that? Like fatty or whatever." And then this punk rock guy's not wearing a shirt and he's got like nipple rings. And Chris Farley goes, "Oh, I don't know."
Oh, no.
And he sticks his finger in the nipple ring and he just like yanks it out.
Owie. Owie.
Yeah. All right, question 14. What was Jane Fonda most famous for in the 80s?
Going to Vietnam and saying bad things about the POWs. Oh, wait, that was the 60s.
Yes. What was Jane Fonda most famous for in the 80s?
I was going to say Barbarella, but that was the 60s too.
Yeah. Howard says, and where are they? Yeah, Chris Farley's dead, and Brendan Fraser's got another movie coming out again soon. Like he did The Whale, and then he's got another one coming out. I'm trying to remember. Oh, like he goes around it and he's in Japan. He's like the token white guy.
Oh, God. Beverly Hills Ninja.
Yeah. Dawn says her workout tapes.
Yep.
Yeah, Howard says workout videos. Yep. So just to quickly answer that one, yes, that is the answer there. Workout videos.
And somehow, I apologize, but somehow American military members just can't get over things that happened in a war before we were old enough to go.
Yeah.
I mean, going and visiting POWs and POW camps and telling them that it's their own fault because they followed the orders. Yeah.
Well, a lot of those people were drafted as well.
Yes.
They didn't want to be there,
No.
but they had to go. They weren't draft dodgers. They did
You
what their
mean
country
like
told them.
Wait. You mean like one of our presidents?
Yes. But then they were all forgiven afterwards too. So
yeah,
that was one of my other trivia questions from like a few weeks back. The answer was Jimmy Carter.
Yes, indeed. The peanut farmer that nobody thought would win, but he was up against the man who could not chew and walk gum at the same time, or something like that.
Just because I'm Canadian, I don't really know who was he up against.
Gerald Ford.
Okay.
And the joke was at that time that Gerald Ford could not walk and chew gum at the same time.
All right then.
He wasn't even the vice president. He was the Speaker of the House. That's how far, when Nixon left office, that's how far down it went before people stopped jumping ship. Which is not that far. It goes president, vice president, then the Speaker of the House.
Oh, Howard's jealous. He's asking, no, where's his first supporter? He's going to hunt down your first supporter. Don't tell him.
I don't know. I do have to say, regardless of who was first, Howard is the biggest supporter of all the HTM channels.
And he's into sports, so he's an athletic supporter as well.
Ooh.
No?
I don't know. He might be.
Dad jokes. Question 15.
Uh-huh.
What does VHS stand for? What does VHS stand for?
That movie from Weird Al?
Let's see here. You're thinking of UHF, by the way.
I know. Well, the other side, you got VHF and UHF. Or are you talking about VHS as in?
VHS. What does VHS stand for?
As in the audio or videotape?
Yep.
Oh.
What does it stand for?
Must have been. I have an idea.
VCR is video cassette recorder.
Right. But VHS must have been coined by Yoda based on the answer that I came up with.
See, Don said actually two of them. And then he says Ford was vice president under Nixon when he resigned. Yeah, because was it Spiro Agnew or whatever was the?
Yeah, I know. I thought Agnew was in there, and Agnew jumped out earlier.
Yeah. Howard says, well, if it's his wife, that's okay. Howard then says, home video system.
No, he said video home system.
Oh, video home system. Jeez.
And that's my answer too, but it sounds wrong. It sounds like something Yoda would say. It is a video system at home.
Well, that answer is correct. The video home system. And that's it for those kind of questions. Kind of the pop culture-ish kind of questions. The last category is going to be 80s fashion.
This is funny.
What's that?
I just got a message from YouTube, my weekly review, and it says, "Let's play a game. What was the second most popular location for your location your viewers are watching from?" And it's United Kingdom, Germany, and the United States. I know the answer.
The Germans.
Nope, it's UK.
Oh, okay.
Wow, 4% were from the UK.
Nice. Don says, Spiro Agnew had to resign due to tax issues, which caused Ford to become vice president. And Howard says, big. Hairdos.
Hairdos. Yes. How tall can you stack your hair? So this time, on this one, I'm going to do it a little bit different.
What are you going to do this time?
Well, I marked it on here and then drilled. This time, I'm just going to mark them because these are so small. I'm going to drill directly into the spoke and hope it works.
Oh, okay.
If it doesn't, I'll sort something out.
Dawn says, Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah. I will. What I'll do is I'll sneak over to Don's house and I'll steal the wheels off of his wagon. Because this wheel here, I didn't glue a thing on.
Howard says, wasn't Ford the only president not to be elected twice? No, I mean, Bush Sr. wasn't. There was, I think, lots of presidents. But I'm Canadian. What do I know?
No, multiple presidents. Most presidents are single term. I think if you're saying, wasn't he the only president not to be elected into the position that he got, that, into either president or vice president, then correct.
Okay. Who was president after Lincoln?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I would have no way of knowing. Yeah. Well, I would technically Google, but I mean,
yeah,
that's not something I would have learned in school.
Yeah, well, it's like Johnson, who succeeded Kennedy, was elected as vice president. Oh, look at Don. See, yep. Don is proving how old he was. He voted for Andrew Johnson.
Ford was the only president never elected president. And then he said, Andrew Johnson. That's not what I meant. I meant it was not elected each time.
He was only president once.
Yeah. All right, as Buck starts to drill into his final wheel there, I'll start the 80s fashion questions. So question 16. What jacket carried the slogan, when you put it on, something happens with it? So what jacket carried the slogan, when you put it on, something happens? Don says members only.
That's what I was thinking. Don't ask me what happens.
Something happens. You get warmer.
Yes.
People can't see when your arms, the hair on your arms go up because you have goosebumps. So yes, the answer is a members only. Jody says, if you wear it, they will come.
If you build it, they will come. Actually, that line is misquoted so badly.
If you build it, they will come?
Yes. The actual line from the movie is, if you build it, he will come.
There you go. Okay. I
It's
would have
just like
misquoted it.
it's just like in Apollo 13. The actual quote was not, Houston, we have a problem. It is, Houston, we've had a problem.
There we go. Yeah,
Actually,
Howard, it is a members only. Yes, that is correct.
I read the book Lost Moon by John Lovell. And that has to suck because John Lovell, I want to say he went around the moon twice. Once with a broken ship, and once when he, they just orbited.
Right before landings.
Yep.
Yep.
It's got to suck to be the guy who just doesn't ever get a chance to land.
Don says Jim Lovell.
What did I say?
I think you said Ernie. As in Bert and Ernie.
Burton. Ert and Bernie?
Ert and Bernie?
Yes. It burns when I pee?
He said you said John.
Oh, okay. I meant Jim.
Howard said, did you know in the movie Apollo 13, Bill Paxton wasn't pretending to be sick. He was actually sick with the flu, and Kevin Bacon and Tom Hanks was also very sick because they went through the vomit comet.
Yeah.
So none of those scenes in Apollo 13 were actually on wires. It was all free fall. Yeah, because they could only record or film for like a couple of minutes.
Yep.
Because of the vomit comet, that airplane or whatever it is that goes up and does the whatever kind of pattern. There's a big ups and downs.
It's a parabola.
Yes, there we go.
And they only get I want to say it's like 30 seconds of free fall at a time.
Oh, there we go then. Yep.
Because you go much more than that. This thing happens really bad. It's called, the technical term in the Air Force when you're talking about it in things that could happen in manuals is ground clobber. That is actual technical term. Usually they're talking about like when you're firing the gun. If you're doing a strafing run, ground clobber does include bullets coming back up from the ground and hitting you. I said the word. Do you think they're going to ban me from YouTube now?
I think you're good.
Because we do have one person who freaks out over any time you get close to saying something like that.
Yes, we do. But he doesn't come onto your stream.
No, but then when he gets enough, when he's lubricated enough, he'll just throw shit out like that all night long.
Yes. Yep. Let's see here. Did you know that Lovell was at the end of the movie and he greeted Tom Hanks, who played his character? He was the captain of the ship.
I seem to remember that.
Yeah. Although he typed level and he just started complaining because his phone couldn't understand him speaking. And Don corrected, yeah, it was Jim Lovell that greeted him as captain. Dash says, Howard says, 27 seconds of free fall. And then Howard says, yeah, see, Don knows too. Okay. The next question number 17. The 80s were all about leg warmers and off-the-shoulder sweatshirts. What movie actually made this look popular?
What a feeling! Oh, sorry. As soon as you started that question, I knew. Sorry, it just came out.
Yep. But that's big in the 80s. Was the leg warmers and off the shoulder sweatshirts. Howard says Flashdance.
I was going to say, if nobody knows, I can give a hint. The lady was a welder.
She sure was.
The main character was a welder.
Yep. Don says Flashdance, filmed in Pittsburgh. Now you're just getting fancy.
That might work. I just had a thought. It was about a movie that was almost in the 80s, but the actual movie that it was from the 90s. Sigourney Weaver in a wet towel.
Mm-hmm. Howard says, damn it, Buck, no spoilers. I haven't seen it 20 times yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, yes, the answer is Flashdance. All one word.
What school was she applying to?
Was it Juilliard?
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen that.
And the funny thing is, she didn't get in because she was dancing well. If you watch, the judges are all bebopping to the music. They liked the song.
Okay. As time draws a little shorter, we're getting close to 22. Question 18. Which famous designer's underwear became all the rage during the 1980s? Jody says, disappointing movie. Too much dancing, not enough flashing.
I'm sorry.
Name.
I could not help but bust up at the current question because it was also because of a movie. That's your name, right? It's on your underwear.
Who, Marty McFly?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Howard said Calvin Klein. Don said Calvin Klein.
Louis Vuitton. Oh.
Howard says, where did Alec go? Did his daddy yell at him?
I don't know.
Yeah, he hasn't chimed in with an answer yet.
No, he hasn't chimed in for a while, I don't think.
Yeah, maybe he felt that he was singled out because he wasn't around in the 80s. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think he usually gets upset by stuff like that.
Don says Bob the Babbler has left the building. Howard says, if I have a daughter and she asks me for a Coach purse, I'm going to tell her there's a thing called a job and you can go make money to buy one.
Yep.
Jody said he felt alienated.
Oh. No.
Okay, so all I got for answers is Calvin Klein. No one said Victoria's Secret. How come?
Because we're all prejudiced and racist against Victoria's Secret.
Oh, okay. Don says, good one. Hey, Jeff's here. He says, hi.
Hi.
But the answer was Calvin Klein.
And I'm pretty sure that part of the reason was Marty McFly.
Yeah. Although technically that was halfway through the decade already.
Yeah.
Technically.
Careful.
Howard says,
careful. They're going to get you on a bucknicality.
Howard says, Victoria's Secret doesn't really fit women. That's the secret. It just costs a lot. This next one will be super easy for anyone who was around in the 80s. Jody says, we didn't know about Victoria's Secret. It's a secret. Jeff says, what's up?
What's up? That was actually the 2000s.
Alex says, sorry, just busy.
We were afraid Uncle Dad was yelling at you.
Like, was it Jeff Foxworthy said, Victoria, I don't have many secrets left.
Nope.
Let's see here. Don says, thanks, Howard. Jeff says he's always busy. And Howard says, it's back.
Notice he didn't respond, though, until somebody said that he was alienated.
Oh, there we go. Howard says, what was the question? Well, I haven't asked a new question yet, but everyone should get it here. So the question is, you can't touch this. What piece of clothing did MC Hammer make wildly popular in the 1980s?
Purple socks.
You can't touch this. What piece of clothing did MC Hammer make wildly popular in the 80s?
Actually, I don't think he said, you can't touch this. He said, can't touch this.
You're right. And I did have it written down as can't touch this. Jeff says, got too much crap to do here. Don says, parachute pants. And then Howard comes in right after him saying, parachute pants. And then Buck comes in and says,
parachute pants. A pair of shoot pants.
Yes. And why were they called parachute pants?
Well, in the States, we called them parachute pants. When we saw them in Turkey, we called them 7-day shitters.
And then Howard says, alien pants. Yes, they were called parachute pants, mostly because the material that they were made from highly resembled the same material as parachutes.
They were called parachute pants because if you fell out of an airplane fall with them, you wouldn't get hurt.
Yeah, they would just inflate. Howard said, and probably 2 decades ago, before they became parachute pants, they were called bell bottoms. They just added zip line to the bottom.
Wait. don't forget, bell bottoms came back in the 90s. If you ask kids in the 90s about bell bottoms, they'd say, no, not bell. Ew, bell bottoms? Flares, though. Oh, they would wear flares.
See here.
Those are bell
Todd
bottoms.
says, my internet took a short vacation. What did I miss?
Everything.
Yeah, we just came up with finished our question 19, where the answer was parachute pants.
Vacationing internet.
Don says he's back.
Guess who's back? Back
And
again.
Howard says, that reminds me, I need to get Todd to have his buddy add Undercover Brother to the list.
Uh-huh. I'm going to have to watch Hunt for Red October here soon again, because it's been on my things have been showing up in my YouTube feed with the Hunt for Red October here lately. It's a good movie.
Yeah. Howard says, Todd was even involved in this vacation. Did you need to slap it? Do you need money for the slap?
Yeah. The slap heard round the YouTube.
Howard says, Ian, damn it. Oh, Todd says, I watch The Hunt at least 3 times a year.
Yep.
The Hunt for Miss October?
Yes. The first time I ever the first time I experienced that story, I don't want to say watched, I read it.
And how did the book compare to the movie?
It was surprisingly very similar.
Oh, that's good. Even the whole Scottish accent?
The what? Oh, the Scottish. Yes. Matter of fact, it's in the book that he has a Scottish accent.
Okay, good. The Russian with the Scottish accent.
Yes. Well, I watched something. I don't even remember what the video was about, but they told him to not try and change his accent at all, because it wouldn't have worked. It worked better with him having a Scottish accent.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I remember the first time watching that movie, when at first they're speaking Russian, and it's like halfway through the next line, you realize, oh, they're speaking English.
Oh, yeah. Well, I had a thought, but it died of loneliness.
Oh, that's a shame.
I will tell you, though, it's kind of funny sometimes watching movies that has German in them, because I'll read the subtitles. I'm like, that's not what they said.
That's kind of what they meant, but it's not what they said.
Oh, no. It's like my son used to do a bit when he was a teenager. He would do this thing just as a joke, Japanese badly translated movie. And he'd do things like, and I think he actually got it from somewhere, but he'd do things like his mouth would be moving for like 30 seconds, and the translation was no.
Howard says, must have been all those photos Todd had. ATF shut him down for his model paraphernalia.
That was something I saw too about the 80s recently.
What's
The
that?
80s. The 80s, where drug paraphernalia was in all the teenage girls' hair. Oh, look at these feathers on the clip. Isn't it cool? I want to wear it.
Okay, so now that we're kind of, because I'm assuming you're just doing 2 hours tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, so last 10 minutes here. We'll go with the last question. Question number 20. Question number 20. In the 1980s, the 1980s
General trivia.
Nope. This is fashion trivia. Jeez, I'm having a brain fart here. What the heck? Okay. Question 20. Even if you weren't working out, track suits were all the rage in the early 80s. Do you know what material they were made out of? Track suits in the early 80s. What were they made out of for material?
I think I know.
All right, then.
It is not a material seen in nature.
Todd says parachutes.
Seth MacFarlane.
Don says cloth. Well, technically, you don't see cloth in nature. That's true.
That worked a lot better.
Good.
I have a couple that did not stay within the lines.
See, Jody says Bakelite. Todd says OMG, YouTube held spandex for review, Howard. Oh, there we go. We got Cam says velour. Howard says, I see cloth in nature. It's raw wool before it gets refined. Todd says, hell yeah, velour. Rub me some plushies. Howard says, what the hell?
Spandex, I don't think was invented until the 90s.
Or late 80s, maybe. I don't know. But we're talking about the early 80s and the tracksuits.
I thought it was Dacron.
Alex says nylon. But he spells it Nilone.
No, that's nil one. So he's getting the score 1-0.
Howard said it held that, but it's not the F word. It's spandex. Apparently, it's a naughty word. Don says,
0-1 is the score, Todd.
Yeah. Don says, YouTube hates you, Howard. I'm telling you.
I thought it was Dacron.
Todd says, I have to get some new audio clips. Seems like you need them. Or it says terry cloth.
Why do we have Terry's cloth? Uh-oh. There he is.
But he's silent? Do we need to add him?
He'll not add himself if he wants. He's doing things in the background.
So yes, the answer is velour.
I thought it was Dacron. I was wrong. I remember velour. It was so nice.
Yeah. And Don says, it's Bob the Babbler. What do you expect? Howard says, yeah,
Ooh.
but I got a pretty green name now.
Wow. Dacron, a brand name for a polyester fiber scientifically known as polyethylene terephthalate.
What the
Let's
heck are
see.
these all your sounds you put in here, or this stuff that StreamYard put in?
This is stuff that I saw in StreamYards, and I just threw them in there.
Oh.
If you take them out, doesn't matter one way or the other, because these are, you know, where it says sounds, those are the sounds that you can add from StreamYard.
Oh. All right. That's not annoying at all.
Well, how about this one?
Hey, you shut up. The punch. Hey, you got the gong show now?
Yes.
Let me add the ones I got. These are all Family Guys. So here we go.
Oh yes.
Nice.
Oh wow.
I like that one.
Alex, say something. Say anything.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
I saw that pop up. I was like, oh yeah. The one I'd like to see, Todd, was I think from World of Warcraft. I think it was Ilian. You were not prepared.
What's it from?
World of Warcraft.
Okay.
There's that. I think it's the first expansion. I think it was Ilian was his name or whatever. The big bad guy who had the blindfold and the big bat demon wings. He's got his long speech at the beginning, the cinematic intro.
The Demon Hunter. When they had introduced the Demon Hunter, it was Blasted Lands. I think it was from the intro, wasn't it?
Nope.
The Illidians. The Illidians.
Nope. Illidan, I think, is his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, there we go.
It's
Howard
about the Dark Legion.
says yes, Illidan said you were not prepared was from Burning Crusades.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Burning Crusades.
Yeah, he's the mean bad guy. He's got the long speech, but it's just that last like he says you're not prepared. And then at the end he just kind of flies up in the sky and he says, "You are not prepared."
Well, another good one would be from Indiana Jones. She chose poorly.
Do I need to give? You don't have all the sound effects. Do you want all the sound effects?
I want all the sound effects.
All right. Hold, please.
Oh, please.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the 80s trivia night.
Even though it is not perfect, this is close enough that I can make it work.
Yeah, that part looks good.
Well, I just put the wood piece up on top, or here and here, that get glued, and it actually makes it move a little bit smoother. I got to cut the piece and glue this together so that it's got its brace on there. Oh, the brace goes on the top side. It goes on the top side. Okay, so I got to do it on there.
Yeah, so your studio still has it all set up as background music, so I'm gonna get rid of all those.
Yep. Well, see, that's the thing is I'd have moved them over, but you can't.
No, you can't. It's stupid. I'll leave anything that's musical. We'll leave in there, but
this is kind of funny.
I think this is it here. If you listen. Oh, what was?
Can you guess what that is?
A piece of metal.
It's a specific piece of metal. It is actually from an Okri kit.
Wow.
That's the you are not prepared.
Yeah, well,
let's see.
And that's the thing is that actually, Don, I looked at yours, and this brace here is on the bottom. This is the brace that would be for the pole that goes between the horses. The other brace The wooden square brace goes on top here.
Let's see here. Howard says, you go to Bangkok Place. Alex says, why am I not surprised that's the clip you use, Buck?
Why would you be surprised?
Cam says that was some good trivia. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It was. Your I enjoy your trivia a lot.
Thanks.
I'm not saying it's space aliens, right? But
yes.
It goes without saying it's fucking space aliens.
Alex in the chat.
Quote. I love that quote.
All right, they're all there. Now oh god. I'll put them in alphabetical order, but you got to figure out if you want to leave all these stock sounds in here.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Let's see here. Dawn says, nope, the brace is on the bottom, if I remember correctly.
There. Right there. That's the square brace, the wooden piece, and that's the brace I just showed you. That goes on the, as it's sitting right now, it goes on the top, but it's actually, once it's flipped over, that is the bottom.
Okay.
All right.
That's it. Howard says, you went in the Don's garage and looked at his model without his permission. What can government people do that now?
Matter of fact, just for giggles, let me see. I have not looked. Oh, look. This is how often I looked at this stuff last year. I put in FY 2026 and it came up with CR, budget, NDAA, federal budget. So all budget analyst stuff. Oh, good. I did not realize there was already a CR done. As of September 19th, they did a clean CR to fund the government through November 21st. Da, 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 da. Oh, sorry. I know where that came from.
Well, you're past the 2-hour mark.
All right.
2 hours and 3 minutes.
So I am going to get the heck out of here. But really appreciate everybody coming by. Thank you very much for watching. It's been enjoyable. And like I said earlier, I'm not going to stop on the model, but I'll probably switch over to doing videos, because we're getting to the point where some of this stuff is not going to be conducive to building on a stream, because it takes a long time to do anything from this point forward. Ask Don. But it's really close anyway, because basically all that's left to do is put these springs on, put the axle on, and then the wheels. Very close.
Don says, not all, it was fun.
Yep. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching. And if you're watching on the replay, hit the subscribe button. And actually look in the description. All the channels for the main people for HTM are in there. Take a look. Give them a look and see what's going on over on their channels. And while I'm kind of delaying so that I can get this up. There we go. There it is. So the weekly schedule for HTM that we all talk about on every stream as we close out. So tomorrow we will have the HTM Woody Wednesday stream starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then Thursday we will have Aligning the Stars with Jordan at 8 p.m. Eastern. Not sure what he's going to be building. I don't keep up all the time with that. I think he's still going to be working on his
DS9?
Deep Space Nine. Yes. Then Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, we have the HTM live stream where anywhere from 2 to 3 to 10 of us will stream at the same time. It's good time. Great place to hang out and chat and maybe join if you get the link.
Oh my God!
Saturday-
Who the hell cares?
I couldn't help myself.
That wasn't me.
That's perfect.
All right.
And Saturday we have Andrew with Canadian Starships at 9 p.m. Eastern, usually followed by Jody from Trek Mods, but he will randomly stream during the week. Then Sunday we have the HTM live stream at 4 p.m. Eastern. Monday we have Model Monday with Don building his Orville, and that brings us back to Tuesdays with Bricks and Sprues prior to me, and then Buckman's Model Mania at afterwards, at 7 and 9 p.m. respectively. So like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Be notified of any time I post new content or we post new content. Leave a comment if you're watching on the replay. Let me know what you think. Ken, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
The Loch Ness Monster stole my lunch money.
I believe that. Todd, how about you? You're here. I'll ask you.
The cake is a lie, and all your stuff is sorted. Good timing.
Oh, good. Thank you. So take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow, and we will see you on the next video or stream.